I got this today in the mail. The Flambeau Tuff Crate Premium. And as it says here, it's the kayak tackle storage solution. It's just a crate. The reason I was interested in this crate though is this extra shelf thing it's got in the top. Plus it's made to put rod holders attached in. I know there's several models out there, but this one for the price was $100, 99 bucks, is seems like a really good option. I don't know, I need to open it up and put it together and see if it is a good option. So let's tear her open and see. The top lock has a locking lid, and then the top shelf locks. So it comes with 2 rod holders, and then you can buy additional rod holders, and they're cheap. It really holds 8 of the smaller boxes, like the 6000 series, and holds 5 of the bigger ones. There's the Latches rod holder. So, very sturdy, solid, rugged plastic. Got a lot of holes in it, so water's definitely going to get in it, but it's not supposed to be waterproof anyway. These look like the sides. These look like connector pieces of some kind. This is the bottom. These are the 2 lids. Let's see what we're supposed to do here. Put this thing together. According to the directions, these are the tools you need. Screw gun, drill, and this is for the premium crate. I guess they make, you know, a couple of different models, but if you're going with what they call the premium crate, they suggest a drill, screw gun, scissors, some pliers of some kind, and a screwdriver, and a 3/16 drill bit. Most of us guys, typical, usually blue-collar type guys that like to work with their hands, we're just going to throw crap together and see how it works. Well, interesting thing, I looked at this, and the very first thing it says to do here is put the sides together of this thing. And then it says in bold letters here, be sure to follow this step first before any additional assembly. Attaching the main side panels to the base before all panels are locked together will cause an irreversible assembly issue. You know what irreversible means? You can't fix it. So what they're saying is, if you were to take these side panels, these main ones, attach them to the bottom first, you're screwed. I guess it's not going to work. You got to put these 4 pieces together first, these side pieces, and then you can attach it to the bottom. So it probably is a good idea to look at directions. Just FYI. These go in like that, and they just snap down. The word Flambeau goes on the outside, and these just kind of go together. It's like putting Legos together. Okay, so you got this Flambeau logo. This is actually the inside of the bottom of the crate. And this kind of rigid honeycomb deal that says do not step is underneath. It goes underneath. So sides and bottom are done. Okay, so you can apparently put the latch on either side. They're the same. And it just snaps, according to this, it just snaps in here with a little bit of force. So it goes on like so. It's going to latch up to here. The top crate, you do the same thing. You just put them together. And then these two pieces look identical. They both got hinges, which you want hinges. And same thing, the Flambeau words are going to go on the inside. And then you just snap it in place. I've got my hinge pieces for this lid on this side. So for the top lid, you want to make sure your hinges go on the same spot as well, because if not, you're going to be very unhappy with that. Which means now that I've got this in place, I put the other latch in on this side here. So there's a latch. This is the top box. And here's the bottom box, and it's going to sit like that. And then we got the top piece. It's going to go on like so. And really, here's how your latch works. I think before I attach the top here, I could tell you the truth, go ahead and attach the top lid, and you've got these pins. These are your hinge pins. When it comes to the hinges, these hinge pins, you're supposed to install them from the outside in to the in, not inside out. And if you look at it, see the inside doesn't even have a hole. So that should be pretty obvious, but just in case. And then you're supposed to use your pliers to help force the hinge pin in. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, pretty easy. I'm not going to put the bottom one on yet because I'm going to take this whole thing off to put the rod holders on first. But I will go ahead and put the top hinge in. Okay, so the top box is done. And as you see, it's really its own box. So if I wanted to, I could use them separately by not hinging this. Although the problem with that is, now that I've just realized, you've got these hinge brackets that are not going to make your box level. So keeping them separate probably doesn't make a lot of sense. Although if you just wanted this, you could use this standalone, no problem. This probably would not work. There's some tie down points here on all four corners that I'm sure could be used for all kinds of things. I guess my only initial, I like it. I really like the construction. It's sturdy. It's gonna hold up great. The only disappointment is for me, I think I will use it, no problem. I'm definitely going to keep it and use it. I was kind of anticipating it would be a little bigger though. I've got a really wide kayak. I got the Titan Propel 13.5. It's very wide. So when I was purchasing it, it looked like this thing was wider. And that's just my bad. I should have paid attention to the dimensions better. But I'm going to try it and see, and it may just be fine. Because after I get it all put together, then I'm going to throw some boxes in there and show you how it fits for that. Here's the rod holders, where they go on. It looks like you got 5 screws. You got 5 screw holes. So that's where they're going to go. This is pretty elementary stuff. And by the way, reading the directions, I realized that they suggest this drill bit for the bungee cord kit. There's the bungee cord kit that comes with this. I didn't know about that. So I don't have the bungee cord kit, so I don't need this. And probably don't need this either. Okay, screws. These kind of things, if you're not a handy guy that uses drills and stuff a lot, whenever you're screwing basic screws into plastic, you should use a screwdriver. You should use something like this with your hand. Do not use this because you will strip your threads. Obviously, if you're very experienced, you can use this and not strip the threads, but it's just not worth it. You strip the threads on this, it's over. You cannot salvage it. So just get yourself a screwdriver, no big deal, and put it together. You can see these are a little wider than the holes so that they kind of snap in, and then there's going to be some outward pressure all the time, which I think is actually a good thing. I think that in the long run will help support this better. So I'll put these screws in, connect the top to the bottom, and we'll be good to go. So there's your rod holder. Go ahead and put the other one on. I think I'm going to put it on this side. Now that's one thing. It doesn't have pre-made holes to put rod holders on this on the longer sides. The holes are really only made for the edges, but there's enough for 4 rod holders. So I'm going to put one on each side here. Okay, so when you're putting these rod holders on, I found the easiest way to do this quickly is squeeze this in and pop these inserts into the holes. Then just with your finger, take and just start screwing the screw in with your finger. All you gotta do is turn it with your finger enough to get it to grab, and once it grabs, it goes just fine. It goes right in. All done with the rod holders. Let's see how they work. I'm going to put the top on now. A couple of hinge pins. Just push those in. There you go. Assembly is done. It was very, very simple. Top crate. Don't know how long these are going to hold up because they're just plastic. They're kind of cheap, really, but we'll see. Let's see how many boxes fit in here. It says 5 or something like that, but we'll grab a few. So here's a waterproof Flambeau box, the 3700 series. Fits in there just fine, and you can put quite a few of them in there. Looks pretty good, actually. Doesn't matter what make or model or brand. I got several different ones here. I've got a skinny one. Looks like it'll fit right in there. So you could get creative on that. Definitely a nice setup. For sure. Now I'll get some of the 3600 boxes and try it. Here's a fat one. That's good. There's a Flambeau. Cabela's Plano waterproof. No name box. A Plano double thick lure lock box. They all fit in there just great. Definitely the right dimensions, at least for your boxes. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to move. So I think I'll be happy with it. It is modular, so you know it moves. It's not super perfectly tight. It's got handles. You can carry it. So that's all good. I'll take it outside and throw a couple of rods in it and see how that looks. So we'll do that next here. So this is the finished product. Give you a whole work around. I think I might buy the bungee kit. The bungee kit apparently helps you strap down these with the bungee in case you were to ever dump over. That's probably a good idea. But that's it, open. And this is the top. Open. Looks pretty good. So let's try some rods. Here's a bait caster. So the bottom of the rod holder is closed. It's not open, so you can't really slide down to your reel. I don't know if I like that. I mean, it doesn't seem very secure, does it? So the rod holder may be a no-go. I don't know. Unless you have a real short handle on your rod. Let's try the spinning rod. See how it does. Same deal. I don't know if I like that. I think I could fix that though by cutting the bottom out of this. That would give you a couple of more inches, but I don't know, may not be worth it. You can see down in there it's solid, but overall I really like the look of it. I like having the top box on top for tools and soft baits and plastics and scales or whatever you're going to need. I think overall it's a pretty sweet little thing. I just don't know about the rod holders. Okay, so that is the Flambeau Tuff Crate. What do you think? I don't have any real world experience with it yet, but I'm definitely going to try it out and I'll let you know how it goes. I think it might be okay. We'll see if it's worth the money when a regular milk crate costs almost nothing. But obviously this thing has a lot of potential. So I'm excited to try it out, and I'll let you know my thoughts once I've tried it.